Okay everybody, here we are outside the range today and we're going to have a little bit of fun. What we're going to talk about today in particular is we all try to shoot as much as we can. That's a great thing, right? But how much do we really practice? Okay, let's get to the nut cutting real quick and just get to the fun, right? Thank you for subscribing. If you have not, please do. Click that little damn ringy dingy out there, get your notification. Check us out at sgt1911.com. And you know, every once in a while I just need to say it more often, but I appreciate it when you buy something on that website. It helps me do these things, and remember, we give some of the proceeds over to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And you know, I want to give a shout out to the former sergeant out there in California who is driving that gravel truck and that dump truck. Hey buddy, hooah, hear me? Booyah. Okay. All right, we all, or most of us, I'd like to say every American does it, but we all know that ain't true. We all want to shoot, and we do shoot, and we take our handguns and our shotguns and our rifles and we take them out and we go into a range and we pay, I don't know, $5, $20, $50, whatever, and we buy ammo. And we go down there and we run a little target at a bad guy down there and we sit there and bang, 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 bang. And that's good. You're getting to practice some trigger control and everything. And there's a lot of rules and safety, which we all need to learn to practice, and that's all good too. The thing is though, when we practice indoors like that in those such controlled environments, how much practice are we really getting? We're practicing in such a controlled environment that it kind of limits to some degree what we can do. You know, you lay your gun up on the bench there and that's all you get. You're never holstering, unholstering and things like that. So we're limited on our training. Another thing, and you guys have heard this happen, you get out and you want to try to go as fast as you can because you want to practice and be good at this and everything. And I've known of people, not personally, I've known people who have shot themselves in the damn foot or the leg when they draw their Rough Rider 22 pistol out of their holster and they shoot themselves with a 22 rifle, shoot yourselves in the foot and things like that. Why? They're going fast. Fast is not good. When we're training, we need to keep in mind that slow is fast. And we want to develop muscle memory. And what all we want to do is draw our handgun slowly, draw it in a way that's comfortable. You ain't got to be a textbook guy. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're looking down the sights, not looking down the sights, if you got your third middle finger on the trigger. Who gives a crap so long as you can hit your target safely and take care of the business at hand. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to just tell you a little bit about how I practice some, and admittedly, you guys who watch the channel know I do not shoot the same gun all the time. And that right there is a problem too. You know, I'll get out and shoot a Glock, a Shadow Systems, a Springfield XD where there's no triggers, no safety on them, but I carry a 1911 that's got a thumb safety on it. If I don't practice, what I end up doing is drawing that handgun, trying to pull the trigger, and guess what? I never turn the stinking safety off. So we need to practice a lot with the weapon we're going to carry. Not just the one we're going to shoot, but with the weapon we're going to carry. And if we carry a lot of different weapons, we need to practice a lot of different ways. But the main goal here is to get out and actually practice in an area that's not, and I'm not going to say this right, but you guys will get it. It's not so controlled by regulations and safety that it limits your ability to practice. And I'm just going to kind of walk around a little bit and show you what I mean, so I make a demonstration. If I want to shoot from here, I can do that. If I want to move over here and shoot, I can do that. If I decide I want to go to the other side of the range and shoot here, I can do that. We cannot do those on indoor ranges and a lot of outdoor ranges where we have to pay. And that's unfortunate. There are some that will allow you. They're just not available to everyone. So what we can do is go with a buddy, Find an outdoor recreational place. I don't care if you go to a road ditch or even go into your bedroom and check out your wife's full-length mirror and just pretend that's the bad guy, where you draw your weapon, bam, and put it back. And draw your weapon and bam, and put it back. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of example of what I'm talking about. I got my carry gun out here today. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna load it up, put it on safe, and holster the weapon. I'm gonna put the carry protection on. And notice what I'm doing. I'm not drawing fast. I'm gonna reach down here. And another thing, guys, these self-defense are, in my mind, if you go back and watch my other video, and we'll put a link to it about self-defense, I'm not a defensive guy, I'm an offensive guy. So when I pull a handgun and present it, I'm poking you in the damn eye with it. I'm gonna stick it right in your freaking forehead. I'm gonna reach out there like I'm poking you in the chest with it. And I'm gonna have that leaning forward motion, maybe even stepping up to the side, or take a step over and shoot some more. I'm aggressive. If you're not aggressive, you're gonna lose. Remember what I said earlier? Everybody that engages in these things is a loser. I guess I could say one loses worse than the other, one is not surviving. But what we gotta do is learn to poke them in the damn eye with a gun barrel, be aggressive, move a little bit. You know, back in the military, they teach us to shoot, move, and communicate. So what I'm doing is I'm shooting, I'm moving, and I'm yelling for freaking help's what I'm doing in these instances. But right now, remember, not speed. We're gonna draw our handgun, take it off safety, put it back on safety, put it back in the holster. And all we're gonna do when we practice is we're gonna do this again and again and again and again. So speed's not an issue. It's just muscle memory. And I'll just walk over here a little bit, and I'm gonna draw it again, but I put the safety off, safety on, put it back in. One thing you'll notice I'm not doing, I'm not pulling the handgun and walking backwards. Now, is that something we should practice? I'm gonna say yeah, we need to learn to not trip over our feet. But keep in mind what our end result is. We're trying to win the gun battle. We want to be forever changed, but not a victim. So, you know, we can do this over and over and over, and that's what we do need to do. And you just do it. Just do it slow. Back on safe. Put it back in the holster. Walk over somewhere else. Lock back. Get another magazine. And this is all we're doing. Excuse me. We're not doing anything fast. We're doing everything slow. Let's pull it. Now, one thing we do want to do, we want to practice hitting the target. We don't want to just practice hitting targets like this. We want to practice man-sized targets. So when we do pull our weapon, we want to go ahead and get it up into position that is safely to where we want to fire and hit what we're talking about. We don't want to pull it out here and kind of do some Clint Eastwood, John Wayne bull crap. We want to practice so we do it the correct way every time. And what will happen is, if we do this enough times, just like anything else we do, muscle memory, muscle memory. You're not going to do it wrong. You're not going to have to think about it. It's just going to happen. Now, one other thing we can think about, supposedly, and you know, we all know this, but you know, what the actual numbers are, I don't know. Handguns, you get into a handgun fight in a self-defense situation, they're close. They're close. They're this far away. They could even be closer, where I'm up here close in your face, or the guy's in my face. And what we want to do here is we've got to put some distance between us and the bad guy. So really simple. Bad guy's got a knife, bad guy's got a gun. When you do this, you've got to do a couple of things. You can just shove this butthole in the chest. you're pushing him back 2 or 3 feet. You're taking a step back, but when you do that, you're drawing and shooting here. Now, here again, this is something we need to practice. Now, at 30, 40 yards, you know, you may not hit the bad guy. At 5 or 6 yards, you're gonna hit the bad guy because you're close enough. You don't have to actually use your sights or bring the handgun up. You're just like hip shooting. That's all you're doing. You're shooting from way down here. And that's what you've got to do. And you need to do this practice a lot with an empty handgun, because what we don't want to do is shoot ourselves in the damn arm. But what we got to do is get some distance away. Since this butthole wants to have a knife or something to take a sling at you, put them off balance. They're staggering backwards if possible. You could be staggering backwards too, hence your handgun fire is from down here low. You just got to get low. But you know, I've got to do this more myself. That's why I'm out here today. I'm sharing this with you. I hope it makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot some more. But if you'll notice, slow, slow, slow. Pull the handgun, present the handgun, put it back on safe, put it back in the holster. Now, one thing I want to talk about, excuse me, I might get a little criticism for it, but it ain't like I don't get it on every video. If you remember the video on self-defense, I'm talking about looking out here when you're driving 100 mile an hour or 30 mile an hour. Same way when you're practicing your handgun and when you're carrying down the street. When I'm out here practicing, you know, I see some guys at some classes, and truth is, I would love to take a few classes just for the fun of it. I mean, who wouldn't? You get like-minded people together having a good time. I mean, it's all fun. But some things I personally disagree with. If I'm looking at my situation and I'm prepared and I'm observing and I'm taking advantage of the situational awareness or whatever, I already know for the most part, I got a bad guy there, and I got a bad guy there, and I got a bad guy there. So my situation is bang, 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 and then I bring the gun down. But you'll notice when I'm shooting, I'm not gonna draw my pistol, bring it up here in front of me, turn it all cool like this, present it, bring it back, turn my head, and then reholster it. I'm not gonna do that crap. You know why? That's bullshit. I know it looks cool, and some people may do it and teach it, and you know, more power to you. You've probably got a reason that I don't understand. That ain't the way I train. The way I train is, I'm in an actual situation where I pull a pistol, I gotta get it out there now. I gotta get it out there now. And what I've done is I have been situationally aware before I engage 1, 2, 3, or 4 targets, so I don't have to bring the handgun back in some kind of sweet little old handgun move and do this crap. Now, I'm not saying you don't engage and then look. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it doesn't make a hill of beans whether I pull a handgun this way, hold it all sideways and everything, do my looking around, present the handgun, bring it back, turn it off like this. Look, you know, that doesn't matter. What matters is, when we get down to it, is I can pull the handgun consistently, present it, put it back on safe. Now, every situation is not going to be the same. We just got to practice, and that's why I'm telling you, let's move over here. I'm going to pull the handgun, turn off safe, present it, do this. Now, if I knew there was 2 bad guys, I pull the handgun, put it back on safe, put it back here. But the deal is, I know before I fire what my situation is. I pull a handgun and fire. I need to know before I fire if there's a guy there, and a guy there, and a guy there. I don't need to, after the fire, pull the handgun back, cut it up, look around like I'm some badass. Don't look like a badass, be a badass. Go frickin' practice your handguns. You know, all this bullshit, y'all see me with my body armor. Where do you wear your shit? Where do you wear your body armor? Where do you go out and you practice your little moves? Don't try to be a badass. Either be a badass when time comes to it, walk softly and carry a big stick. Don't get out here playing freaking games with shit that'll get you hurt or somebody else hurt, or even worse, killed. Practice your handguns. Practice from different places, different places. I got 1 bad guy, 2 bad guys, 3 bad guys. It don't matter. Look down the road, 100 mile an hour. What's coming? Be prepared for what's coming. Don't necessarily, yes, know how to call 911 and call your attorney. That's not what I'm talking about. After the engagement, host your weapon, do what it is you think you need to do with your training or whatever. Be prepared before you engage on what you're going to do. I'm going to go back again and show you. I don't need to go up here and present my pistol in any certain way and spend time learning all of these maneuvers. What I need to spend time with is getting steel on target. That's what I need to get. If I can get steel on target, I can care less what this crap is all about. Don't make no difference. Are we doing this? Yes. Peripheral vision. Probably didn't say it right. You know what I'm talking about. So let's just go one more time. And remember, it's not how fast you are. It's how many times you practice it. When you get down to it and the adrenaline gets pumping and you are focused on nothing but the target, nothing but the target, it's going to be so damn fast you're not even going to know what happened yourself. So practice in the house in front of the mirror. Your wife won't care so long as you're not loaded. Just stand there, pick your spot, do it. Put it back. Do it. Put it back. And just do it 1,000,000 times. You don't even have to spend any money on ammo. It's practice, 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 practice. Muscle memory. Anyway, guys, that's how I do it. I hope you do it that way too. I hope you practice. You know, a lot of times we shoot, but we don't really practice. Let's get out and practice. So I'm fixing to do some more of it. So until we get to shoot together again, shoot safe and shoot straight.